Thank you for staying with us. Of course, now to Trend Watch today to talk about something buzzing and making the rounds across the country right now on the social media pages, if so to say, if there's any page like that anyway. But yes, the conversation is that Tinubu Akpabio plotting to make Nigerian elections empty ritual, reverse our independence. Ex-presidential candidate Akpabio has come out to say that, he spoke at the Occupy National Assembly protests yesterday at the National Assembly in Abuja. He alleged that the current administration, alongside lawmakers, is attempting to institutionalize election rigging through legislative amendment. Of course, he spoke about the former presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party (SDP), Adebayo, accused President Bola Tinubu and the Senate President Godswill, particularly of allegedly plotting to undermine Nigeria's sovereignty by legitimizing electoral malpractices. And that's exactly the conversation. But, it won't be new to a lot of people because he actually described the alleged move by the ruling All Progressives Congress as unfortunate and regrettable, warning that such actions could erode the democratic foundation secured at independence. So it was making reference to past and our forefathers, how they came before independence and what the things they did just to make this happen. And then he also argued that the issue at stake goes beyond partisan politics, framing the gathering as an act of democratic participation rather than protest. But of course, that conversation has been, some people have been asking the question that who exactly is belling the cat, especially with this narrative of the electronic transmission of results for the elections that is forthcoming. But others have even argued on a number of occasions that it seems this administration is more interested in rigging the election, even when it claims to have a lot of people. When he asked about 28 governors, is that it?
No, about 31 governors
31 governors. So if you have 31 governors, they are still trying to rig. So it really doesn't add up. But some are saying it is a game that I want to become president again comes on 27 at all costs. So that's why a lot of persons are questioning why this move is also in that regard, to say this move is also targeting rigging. This guy said he has a lot of people that are going to vote for him, but he's still trying to rig. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense for some persons.
You see, it's really sad that this is not the first person that will come out to say this. I mean, it's made the news, it's made the headlines because he's quite popular. Most Nigerians, the commoners, those persons, in the core of the villages across the nation, they are coming out to say that it appears that this government is trying to do something sinister. But then there's this popular saying that you go explain tire. See, if this should stand, this government will explain, honestly, because I mean, it will take a lot for them to come out of this and say we have nothing to do with these at all. It's just the senators and of course the House of Representative members who are saying let's pass the electronic transmission alongside the manual. It's a problem, and just like I mentioned this morning, yesterday was day 4 of the protest, and the protesters are saying, if you like, come and do your worst. I mentioned that, the likes of Showore said the tear gas that was fired was not even tear gas, it was a poisonous one.
Even Peter Obi as well.
Exactly. This is to complain bitterly that, some persons, we're choking, really. So it is a problem. So they are saying, regardless what happened yesterday, we are going to stand on our ground and then keep protesting on this particular matter. So it depends on this current administration, whatever it is they want to be written about them, in the books of history, to say, okay, we want to maintain this. At the end of the day, it still depends on every Nigerian to decide, will I still come out to vote, whether this is passed or not? Will I sit down at home and still grumble? At the end of the day, your vote is your power. Whether they're going to rig or not, come out, go to the polling unit and cast your vote.
Cast your vote.
Definitely.
Okay, let's take a few comments, just a few ones that we can see. Dem Cheo says, Aselem Krizi says, this is honestly unsettling. Democracy should never feel like a performance. Whether you support them or not, Nigerians deserve to trust that their votes truly count. When that trust erodes, the entire foundation weakens. Someone said something in power.
Okay, then let's take this last comment. I don't understand this person.
Okay, so
Blackface Entertainment. How to know? Honestly, this person is just very funny.
And
really.
Of course, that's
people are just trying to say that, okay, at the end of the day, let's pass electronic transmission. While the Senate and House of Rep is saying you want to pass it, simultaneously with the manual one. So go out and vote. That's the cocoa
I've
of
always
this
been
matter.
voting. Perhaps I should ask you.
No, I didn't ask you that question. I'm telling the people. I'm speaking to Nigerians. Really.
And that's a good place to draw the curtains on this edition of Daybreak Live today. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, your vote is your power. Your voice is your power. Use everything you can to make Nigeria better. My name is Akpabio, and bye for now.
I'm Oluwayemi Adela Kondowo to join us tomorrow for another edition. We do hope that there will be good news in the papers to discuss tomorrow. Bye for now.